Hey there, Cowboys fan. Let's talk about what's really going on with our team this season. It's no secret, the 2024 season hasn't exactly been the fairy tale we hoped for. Injuries are piling up, and the team seems to be hanging by a thread. Dak Prescott? Out for the season after that brutal hamstring surgery. Micah Parsons? He's only managed to play 5 games. And now, even our star wide receiver, CeeDee Lamb, is on the injury report with a back issue. It's like the injury bug decided to set up camp in Dallas. As of now, 19 players are on the injury list. 19. It's hard to imagine how any team could stay competitive with so many key players sidelined. And let's not forget our record, 3-6 heading into Week 11. While the Eagles are flying high at 8-2, and the Commanders are right behind them at 7-4, we're left wondering, can we even turn this season around? But hey, here's where I want your input. Who do you think has been the biggest loss for the Cowboys so far? Dak? Micah? Or someone else entirely? Let me know in the comments. I really want to hear what you think. And before we dive deeper, do me a quick favor. If you love staying updated on all things Cowboys, hit that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell. Your support means the world, and we're aiming to hit 12,000 subscribers this month. Every click gets us closer, so let's do it together. All right, Cowboys fan, let's break down the elephant in the room, our quarterback dilemma. With Dak out for the season, we were already in a tough spot. But now, even Cooper Rush, who has been solid as a backup in the past, is dealing with physical issues. That leaves us with Trey Lance, and let's be honest, his limited performance hasn't exactly inspired confidence. Think about it, in that game against the Eagles, Lance stepped in for Rush during garbage time. He completed just 4 passes for 21 yards and threw an interception. And to top it off, he got hit with a fine for unnecessary roughness after that fumble play. It's clear he's struggling to find his footing in this system. Here's the harsh reality, without a dependable QB, the offense can't function. The pressure on the defense skyrockets, and the team just can't find its rhythm. It's frustrating, isn't it? Watching the Cowboys, a team loaded with talent, falter because we're missing leadership in the most critical position. So, here's a question for you. Do you think Trey Lance deserves more chances to prove himself, or is it time to start exploring other options? Drop your thoughts in the comments, I'll be reading them. And speaking of exploring options, I've got some exciting speculation coming up in just a bit. But before that, don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. Seriously, your subscription helps us grow and keep delivering the latest Cowboys news straight to you. Plus, hit that notification bell so you never miss an update. Next up, we're talking about a name that's sparking hope among Cowboys fans everywhere, Kirk Cousins. Could he be the answer we've been searching for? Stay tuned, because things are about to get interesting. Now, Cowboys fan, here's where things get really interesting. With the quarterback situation in disarray, there's been a lot of buzz about a potential trade for Kirk Cousins. Yeah, you heard me right, Kirk Cousins, the veteran QB who spent most of his career in Minnesota. Now with the Atlanta Falcons, Cousins has been the epitome of consistency. Over his 13-year career, he's thrown for over 41,000 yards and 287 touchdowns. That's no small feat. What makes Cousins so appealing? It's his reliability. He's a quarterback that won't throw away the game with bad decisions. He's known for his ability to read defenses and deliver precise passes. You see, the Cowboys need someone like that, especially with our current struggles. With Dak gone and no real clarity on Cooper Rush's health, Cousins could be the steady hand this team so desperately needs. Think about how he could elevate this offense. He's got a strong arm, and he thrives in a play-action system. That's the kind of QB who could make the most of our weapons, like CeeDee Lamb and Tony Pollard. Cousins' ability to execute those intermediate throws would be a game-changer, especially with the talented players around him. With someone like him under center, the offense would finally get some stability. And honestly, isn't that exactly what we need right now? But hold on a second, before we all get too excited, there's one big thing to consider: Cousins' contract. He's currently locked into a 4-year deal with the Falcons, and while that's not a deal-breaker, it does present some hurdles. Trades aren't impossible in the NFL, but they can be tricky, especially when there's a significant contract involved. Negotiations could take time, and let's face it, time is something we don't exactly have. Here's where you come in, though. What do you think? Is Kirk Cousins the answer to all of our quarterback woes, or is it just another pipe dream? Let's hear your take in the comments. And while you're thinking it over, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. We're so close to 12,000 subscribers, and your support means everything to us. Plus, when you hit the notification bell, you'll never miss any of the latest news about our Cowboys. Coming up next, we're diving into the obstacles standing between us and a potential Kirk Cousins trade. Trust me, it's not as easy as it sounds, but don't worry, we'll break it down for you. Okay, Cowboys fan, we've gotten excited about the potential of bringing Kirk Cousins to Dallas, but let's take a step back and talk about the hurdles that stand in the way. It's not as simple as making a trade and calling it a day. There are some real roadblocks that we need to consider. First off, Cousins just signed a massive 4-year deal with the Atlanta Falcons. That's a lot of money tied up in him, and it could make a trade complicated. The Falcons would have to be willing to part ways with him, and they might not be so eager to let go of a veteran QB who's been playing at a high level. On top of that, Cousins' contract is loaded with guarantees that could limit the Cowboys' flexibility. Negotiating a trade to get him under our salary cap could take some serious maneuvering, and the clock is ticking. But here's the thing, NFL trades happen all the time, even with big contracts on the line. Teams are always looking to make moves to improve, and if both sides are motivated, a deal could get done. It might take some time, and it might involve a few players or picks hitting to Atlanta, but it's not out of the question. So, let me ask you, do you think the Cowboys should push all in on a move for Cousins, or are there better options out there? Drop your thoughts in the comments below.
Before we get to the final part of this video, don't forget to subscribe and turn on the notification bell. We've got so much more coming your way, and we want you to be part of the journey. Plus, help us reach our goal of 12,000 subscribers. We couldn't do it without you. Next up, we'll wrap things up by talking about what the future holds for the Cowboys, with or without Kirk Cousins. Spoiler, there's still hope. So, Cowboys fan, let's bring it all together. Whether or not we land Kirk Cousins, the future of the Dallas Cowboys is still up in the air. The injuries, the struggles at quarterback, and the overall disappointing season have left many of us wondering, is there hope for this team? The reality is that the Cowboys have a lot of talent. CeeDee Lamb is a star, and Tony Pollard has the potential to break out any game. We've got defensive playmakers like Micah Parsons, and the offensive line is still solid. But without consistent quarterback play, it's hard to say where this team is headed. That's why a move for someone like Cousins could be the catalyst we need to get back on track. But even if a trade doesn't happen, there's still hope. The season isn't over, and things can change fast in the NFL. If the Cowboys can get healthy, find some rhythm, and keep pushing through these tough times, they could surprise us. And remember, anything can happen in the playoffs when a team gets hot at the right time. So, let me ask you, do you think the Cowboys can turn this season around? Or is it time to start looking ahead to 2025? I want to hear your thoughts, drop them in the comments below, and let's have a real conversation about what's next for this team. Before you go, make sure you've subscribed to the channel and turned on that notification bell. We're so close to 12,000 subscribers, and your support helps us reach new heights. Don't miss out on any of the latest updates. We're in this together, and we'll be here, bringing you everything Cowboys related. Thanks for sticking with me through this video. Let's hope we've got better days ahead for our Cowboys. Stay tuned, stay hopeful, and as always, go Cowboys.